Hi, I'd like to share with everyone, everyone who this might help to understand something that has occurred recently but began a very long time ago. It's it's a very profound moment in my life, and I believe in everybody's life who has actually met their twin flame, and the journey that unfolds before us as we begin that journey. Where that journey actually begins, we're still discovering, but all we know is that it's very real. I guess our conversations that have taken place on this journey, magical journey of discovery and realization, you have to understand where past life experiences, where these little pastiches, the tiny remnants of our DNA memory, allow us to see these past influences, past experiences, past lives. The veil becomes thinner as you journey through that immense amount of time. It begins really, the story, from the very beginning, from the first birth into our first existence. And if you consider nature and the way that works, then you have to understand that memory is stored in DNA. Not all, but some. And so that alone is something quite remarkable to understand, and yeah, it's a leap of faith to believe that that is true, that is what is happening. But you have to open your mind to allow things in and to see what is actually there. And that alone is where the journey begins. It's, if you like, you can. We say that we have 7 lives. Yeah, sounds a bit cliched, but I believe that's true. I don't believe I'm aware of all 7 lives, but I do have remnants of DNA memory from several. Let me begin. I had, for the majority of my life, a strange desire to live in France. This is a part of this story that picks up from this lifetime. I had some serious health issues and relationship issues that I never invited. I didn't want them. But now, on this journey into total bliss with my twin flame, I begin to understand that all those experiences have helped me to shape me to become who I am, and to allow this union, this blissful union of a twin flame experience. When I think deeply about this connection, it is like no other. And all of those past experiences in this lifetime have really kicked into play. They've shown me that they were stepping stones. Each and every trauma and moment of great sadness in my life have shaped me to become this me, this basically finished product, because I believe I'm on my 7th and final life. What happens after that, I'm not sure, not clear on, but all I know is that this is like the grand finale, this is the moment when all of those lives are now brought into play. The most intriguing thing for both of us, my twin flame and myself, is that how all of those experiences have shaped us to become in this relationship. And that's very important. We have healed so many of those past traumas within ourselves. All of those things now can't exist in our reality. It's a blissful moment when you understand that we heal each other. We are so alike. Our lives, our traumas, our experiences, bringing us through to today, and the most uncanny coincidences, coincidences have occurred that defy explanation. So when we talk, we help each other. We help each other to understand and know what it is to be in unconditional love, both ways. I think that my past experiences in relationships also teach me that they've never been two-way. They were just never two-way. I gave my love unconditionally. I changed myself in an attempt to hold on to those relationships without understanding that that's not what you should do. You should lift each other and raise each other up. The divine feminine is actually the goddess factor. When the masculine energy is centered on sex, on their wishes, on their power, and they try to impose that, no, that's not right. They don't try to impose it, they impose it. And this is such a destructive and actually I find quite disgusting element of the masculine. I go back to a book by, I think it's Desmond Morris, that I read many years ago, and in that he talks about human relationships and the human psyche. Just one little thing from that I've took and I've held it in my mind, and it's where he says about the love game and how the physical attraction is the sort of core of the brings us together, but he goes deeper and he talks about the game, the chase, and men are conditioned to seek partners, and they're not even necessarily concerned about a physical attraction. They have one very obvious thought in their mind. Yeah, they're controlled by that. So anyway, when that chase begins, what he's seeking is approval from the female, and that's where this all goes wrong, where it has the potential to just destroy any chance of a proper relationship. It just can't happen because he's centered on that, and he doesn't lift the goddess within the feminine, the divine feminine. He seeks to crush it. He seeks to control it with his wealth, with his power, and his sexual cravings. And so the feminine, the divine feminine, is never allowed to stand in her power. I draw in other things to that, to add to that. And most importantly, the power of a man is actually to raise up the feminine, the divine feminine in his partner. Now, try and explain that. And my twin describes it beautifully as a table. So the table top is the male, his ego, his desires, his wealth, his power, and the divine female is the legs that support him. And that's entirely wrong. That is the wrong way round. What we find is, when we undergo this twin flame experience, is that it's actually the reverse of that. It is true. Because if I give my undivided, unconditional love to my partner, and I consciously seek not to influence her, not to try and manipulate her, then she is free. She can stand in her power. She can become the tabletop. And this is very true. These are the sort of discussions that twin flames enter into, and they understand. How do they understand? We just do, because we've evolved through many lifetimes, through so many horrendous experiences, being made to feel worthless, humiliated, deeply hurt. All of those things are actually aids. They're now, to my twin flame and myself, they will welcome. We have healed ourselves because we've now recognized them as lessons, not punishment. To achieve bliss in a relationship, the man has to support. He has to be the table legs. He has to lift and give his power over to empower his goddess, his twin flame. There's no other way. I'll do a follow-up. This was just a dry run to see how it turned out. And if I do produce more videos, then it will be quite revealing. For now, all of my love to my twin flame and the bliss that I'm enduring, that's not the right word, enjoying, and the bliss that I know absolutely 100% she shares with me. It's ours. We created it from all of those past lives. For now, I send you all my love, and I hope that this helps explain something from the divine masculine about the divine feminine. Goodbye for now. Love and light.